waterfront has been a mainstay of Washington since Washington. It had been a wharf and a working waterfront from the very beginning of the establishment of the federal city. The larger waterfront actually was Georgetown, but our waterfront was a working waterfront in Southwest. There were various redevelopments, and of course in the 60s and the late 50s and the 60s, when Southwest was, by and large, completely demolished, save for a handful of architectural gems that were incorporated into other dwellings, the waterfront too was completely demolished, except for portions of where the current fish market exists. The fish market, of course, has been it's the oldest continuously operated fish market in the country, and it's been around for 200 years. Southwest in the 70s was very, very quiet, very apart, as it is still, from the rest of the city. Remember, we are cut off geographically by the expressway, and at the time there was no metro. There were one or two bus lines that came down there, but basically when Southwest was built and after it was built and everybody moved there, the government kind of went, you're on your own. And so to a large extent, I was very pleased to be there because we didn't have any of the hoopla that we had in other areas of the city. There was a move, and it probably would have happened had it not been stopped by John Wilson, who at the time was our council member, to put the Reagan building in all of its grandeur, the second largest government building in the Washington area, right in Southwest. They would have knocked down Jefferson Junior High, and they would have sited it. It would have taken up every available space. And the community rose up and said, no. And that was really the first time that I became very active. And we worked with John Wilson and made sure that it never saw the light of day on the council. And so it's now properly placed where it should be, off of Pennsylvania Avenue and 14th Street. To have that building in Southwest would have completely destroyed our community. And I wanted to take a small bite of the apple and ensure that as our community developed, it developed in a certain way. And I wanted to maintain, if you will, the sanctity of Southwest. And that's what initially had attracted me. You can make a difference. We're not paid. Anybody thinks that ANC commissioners are paid? No, we put in a lot of volunteer time and a lot of volunteer effort, nighttime meetings, but we are the most direct level of elected official of any place in the city. Our ANC focuses on development issues. We have an enormous amount of development now that is occurring in Southwest as well as in Southeast. But the Southwest is really where the focus is now. We have, of course, the enormous development. It's $2 billion worth of development over on the Southwest waterfront. That's called the Wharf. That will open. Now we're speaking in 2015. It will open in just about 2 years. We will be cutting the ribbon because it will open in October of 2017.